Let's talk about a few common misconceptions about the law of attraction. Perhaps you've heard about the law of attraction. Many people have by now. It's very interesting because in the 2000s this is where it took up speed to a certain extent. Before that, a lot of the times the concepts of this so-called spiritual law were discussed in seminars and lectures worldwide. You could also find books on it for many decades by now. But it wasn't really that much in the public's eye. Now with YouTube especially, it's gaining more and more attention for people to find out about it. Now what is the law of attraction? Because sometimes I come across people who still don't really believe in that so-called law. They find it a little weird and it sounds a little like magic and like, maybe that's not the right word, but kind of like nonsense to them is the best way to put it, I suppose. But it is actually not nonsense, but I think the misconception here is that people have the idea that the law of attraction is basically a law where you sit at home, you sort of think or imagine something and then it shows up in your life randomly out of nowhere. And that might seem a little weird if you haven't studied consciousness and the energetic vibratory nature of your own essence. Now when I use that word, vibration, we're talking about how energy is vibrating in the universe because, it's never still. It is actually vibrating on certain frequencies. So if we approach the law of attraction from this angle, hopefully you'll get a better understanding of this power. Because the law of attraction, really, when you hold an idea in your mind, well, one of the aspects of the law of attraction is what I've found from personal experience and what I also have seen with other people is that the ideas you start to think in your mind concerning where you want to go start to be attracted to you. That's what I say, that's what other people say. And this is one of those aspects of attraction. When you hold a vision in your mind of where you want to go with your life, what you really want to do, if you're really clear about it, if you're emotionally in harmony with your dream, then you notice that new ideas literally start to be attracted to you. Now what do we mean by attraction? Well, it's kind of like becoming inspired, like having these hunches at times where you're like, I should do this or that, I should go there, or I should meet him, or I should contact this person or that person just to see what's up there. Like maybe they could help me out, maybe they're interested in helping me along the way. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. At times that happens, right? But that is all minor, very specific details that are part of the law of attraction. But another thing that I think people should understand is that the law of attraction actually responds to the way we are acting in life. Now with this I mean that if you hold an idea, a vision in your mind of what you want, well then you also want to understand that you want to be able to receive the very thing you desire to have in your life. So you got to make room for that somehow, some way. A simple example of this, I would say as a YouTuber, is that I always talk to people over the years that wanted to start an old YouTube channel. I had one myself, I've talked about this before in previous videos, so I won't get into that. One that was a lot bigger than this one currently is. However, people would contact me and they're like, I want to do similar things like you. I want to have a YouTube channel as well where I share my own stuff in a similar sort of manner, or at least in the same sort of category. Now these people would start out, they would make a few videos for example, and then they would quit. This is a very common pattern for people in the case of YouTube, that they want to start something and they quit. But if you're really honest, this is a pattern that happens to many people in all areas of their lives. They start something and they quit. Why are they quitting? Because they don't see the results or the evidence that they could actually achieve what they want fast enough in their own minds. If they could just grasp that, if they could be honest about that to themselves, they would understand, well, how did other people even become successful at anything in life? Well, they have used the law of attraction consciously or unconsciously because everybody is attracting whatever is going on into their lives right now. Of course, there's stuff happening to you that might be of such negative nature that you're like, I didn't decide to attract this in my world. And this is true. Not everything can be considered on a conscious reasoning level where it can be like, okay, I attracted this or that. But we gotta grasp that what we want can be attracted into our world by making room for it so we can receive it. This is what you want to understand. So in the case of having a dream as a YouTuber, how can you make room to receive success in this area? in this activity in life. This is just an example, by the way. Maybe you don't want to be a YouTuber, and that's fine, but hopefully the example can give you something to think about concerning your own goals in life. Well, the first thing such a person has to do, I would suggest, again from personal experience in my past, I know that by holding an idea of what my channel will be about keeps compelling me to think about video subjects, and keeps compelling me to think about how I could do it differently, in a better way, how it can make the subjects more interesting for potential viewers. Now, this wouldn't be the case if I simply was thinking, oh, I would like to have a YouTube channel without any clear idea of what it's going to be about, because it's about making your dream clear for yourself first and foremost, that the ideas for its expression are becoming attracted to you. So you will get those hunches of what to do. Then you act on those ideas and the world reacts to that. Now, the way I've been taught through metaphysical teachings is that the way the world is reacting to you is actually part of the attraction, part of that law of attraction. So what you're putting out there through your physical actions, even though physical actions isn't the most important part, it's always inner work. It's always about mental focus and emotional harmony and alignment with what you want, first and foremost. You will be compelled to take certain physical forms of action. Well, by doing that, you get a reaction from the world. This reaction from the world adds to your dream, causing what you're doing to expand. So you see, because of those activities, in the case of YouTube, making videos, putting your best effort out there, focusing on what you really like and find interesting to make videos on, you start to attract people that might or will be actually interested in listening or watching what you're sharing and doing on your channel. And that couldn't happen if you yourself didn't first make a clear idea in your mind of what your channel would be about, and then allowed yourself to take inspired action on that vision. That is how you should actually look at the law of attraction, I would say. Because most people, again, think it's like some crazy magic, some silly power, and they don't want to believe in it, they don't want to study it, they think it's all just a bunch of nonsense, as we said at the beginning of the video. But it is actually not nonsense. It might seem like it because we have this silly idea of thinking of all sorts of goals and things that we're like, oh, if the law of attraction is true, could I attract this or that in my life? And we're actually building ideas that we ourselves would find totally ridiculous. Think about it. I've had people ask me, if this law of attraction is true, can I build like a laser from my eyes like Superman? Can I fly through the sky like Superman if I hold the idea in my mind? And I would tell them, you know, maybe you could. Maybe the universe inspires you on ways on how to make that happen. Again, you gotta keep an open mind. How do you think everything is invented in this world? It isn't by doing things with a closed mind. Oh, for sure not. People who invent things use their imagination to create it. You can even find stories from Nikola Tesla talking about this. It's absolutely beautiful. He would talk about using his imagination with such intensity that he could see the blueprints of his inventions inside his consciousness before even putting it on paper. But those were just his words. I can't confirm or deny it. But that sounds pretty fascinating, and it is something you could actually do for yourself. He even suggested people should do this with their own goals in life in general, to see for themselves how powerful it is. Now, this is what you want to understand with the law of attraction, is that again, it might sound a little confusing and strange at first. Perhaps not everybody is explaining it in the right way, but if you could simply grasp this one main concept, first you hold an idea in your mind. You can also hold a vision in your mind of where you want to go with your life. And you can find a lot of stories out there from people who are currently successful, who have done this consciously and with deliberate intention, and they created the life that they wanted. Now you hold the vision or the idea in your mind of where you want to go, of what you really want to have for yourself and your life. And then you'll start to discover that if you stay in harmony with it, both mentally and emotionally, ideas start to float into your mind. But not just from out of nowhere, where it's like you're sitting somewhere and out of nowhere you have this idea, this hunch. It's like coming in from your intuitive faculty. You suddenly realize, I should do this or that. What can also happen is that other people start to suggest to you ideas that could help you get where you want to go. So out of nowhere, you're attracting ideas from other people that can help you get what you want. And then you start acting on that idea, and that is then what alters the results in your life. That is what alters the state of your current reality, those physical actions. But the thing is, it's not the physical actions alone that we want to focus upon. And this, based on the videos I've already uploaded, can give you a clear indication. Because what I talked about in the past videos and in future videos is that we're gonna have to use our consciousness in a certain way. We want to use our consciousness in such a way that we can attract the right ideas to us in order to manifest whatsoever we want. Because everything in its essence is energy. So the ideas you hold in your mind, even though not visible to your senses, are real to a certain extent. In some way they are actual reality. That is why the law of attraction is also no joke. It's not nonsense. It's just our understanding of it might not be developed in such a way that we can accept it. But yet, people who don't even understand it are still using it subconsciously, because once they start studying the law of attraction in the right way, they start to realize that they've been always using this power all along. That's the beauty of it all. And then you can no longer deny its power. So the 3 steps to remember for the law of attraction are: first, build an idea in your mind of exactly what you want. Hold on to that idea. Be mentally and emotionally in harmony with the idea, meaning don't allow contradicting thoughts or feelings to throw it out of your mind. Once that is established, watch for the inspiration you'll receive, because it will happen. You'll be compelled, inspired to do things differently. That is part of the attraction. And then the 3rd step, as you are doing things differently due to this inspired ideas that you attracted, the world is going to react to the new things that you're doing in life, and that is what the full circle creates. That is where the circle, comes back to you of attraction, where the universe reacts to you according to how you have been putting out yourself, according to the ideas and actions you've been putting out there in the world, based again on your mental states. Never forget that part. Because just forcing your actions to change is not the way to do it. If you force yourself to physically take different actions, you'll always be exhausted sooner or later, and you give up because you never established any alignment from within with the goal that you're pursuing. Once that alignment is established, you'll always attract whatever you need in order to get and achieve what you want, no matter how long it takes. That is the remedy to not giving up. People that give up are not properly in alignment yet with their dream. Perhaps they're rushing the process, they're impatient, they want to see results as fast as possible, but it doesn't work like that. You gotta take the time to study these ideas, and you also gotta take the time to ask yourself the question in honest and deep meditation, or at least when you're mentally as calm as possible. You simply ask yourself, what really is the power of the law of attraction all about? And let the universe reveal it to you, because again, the ideas you hold in your mind attract everything you need. So even holding a question in your mind will attract the answer you need in order for you to develop a deeper and better, more effective understanding of one of these spiritual laws of life. Now, with that being said, dear viewer, never forget that we are the dreamers.